Hey guys, welcome to the JLo Show. We're bringing back an old show that we used to do today, which is Game Talk. We haven't done it in a really long time. We thought with E3 coming up, it'd be a really cool thing to do. We're sitting here, and here's one of my best friends in real life, Dougie. Used to be in all the old Game Talks. You ever saw them? The few people that did. But we just thought with E3 coming up, we thought we'd give you our impressions of what we think is going to happen at E3. It's a big year. A lot of things might be coming out. No real information about a lot, and then there's been huge leaks about things that definitely are happening. Yeah, so here's our impressions, Doug.
Well, we start off with EA on Sunday. EA and Bethesda both have their conferences on Sunday, which is probably what I'm most excited about. Not so much EA, maybe. Well, Battlefield 1, of course, is going to be. Hopefully get a trailer for that. That should be incredible. Or some actual gameplay, maybe.
Anyone that watches my streams or the other videos know that I'm not hugely fussed on Battlefield. Like, I enjoyed 3. 4 was kind of a letdown for me. I never really enjoyed it. The maps were way too big. I just felt... So I'm hoping with Battlefield 1, with it coming into World War 1 and some trench warfare...
Be interesting. It's a different take as well from your normal games.
They said melee weapons are going to play a big part. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing some proper in-game footage. Do you think we'll see any?
I hope so. I do.
Do you think it's plausible? Do you think it's too early in development, or do you think they're quite far through it to show
I think it could be similar to what Ubisoft did with Rainbow Six, in that we'll get like a pre-rendered gameplay-esque video.
It came out like a year and a half before the game.
Probably be absolutely nothing like... They might have folk faking sitting there playing it or whatever, but like they did with Rainbow Six. Because that was not the finished game.
No, don't get me wrong, Rainbow Six Siege is awesome.
It is awesome.
I love that game, but what they showed us in-house was not how it played out. They had a sniper coming in from the roofs across it, and you can't do that. Which was a little gutting, but the game's good all in all. So I'm hoping Battlefield 1 we get to see just how that's going to work, because it's very different to the kind of warfare they promote in 4 and Hardline. So I hope they're bringing it back a little bit.
The other big thing from EA, hopefully, will be Mass Effect Andromeda.
It's about fucking time.
It has been long enough, and hopefully they actually finish the game this time.
And do an ending that people aren't going to be angry about. If you've never played Mass Effect before, go do it now. Stop watching the video, go buy it. You can get it so fucking cheap now.
Get the trilogy.
Dig out your 360, or one of the few people that owned a PS3, and play the games, because
there's millions of gamers that play on a PC.
Or on... Yeah, PC gamers as well, of course. Thank you for reminding me. Sorry, Master Race. But yeah, like, Mass Effect games, really good storytelling, probably EA's strongest single-player franchise.
You could argue that it isn't actually EA.
Yeah, well, it's
BioWare as the studio, and they've always made great games. Dragon Age as well. I wasn't a huge fan of Dragon Age, but it's one of those games that's got a real cult following.
Dragon Age 1 was good, Dragon Age 2 was a piece of shit. And Dragon Age Inquisition was, give or take it, but when you compare it to things like The Witcher. But Mass Effect, there's no role-playing game in a sci-fi world that has the depth, in my opinion, the depth that Mass Effect does. The fact that you can like punch a TV reporter, or go into a strip club and you've got all these like alien women and stuff. It's a really deep RPG set in sci-fi. It's a lot of fun.
See, I kind of, getting off topic, but I kind of disagree with that. Like, it's very good at making it feel like an RPG when it's actually pretty on rails, other than like your Renegade Paragon decisions.
You're still playing a role though.
Yeah.
RPG doesn't need to be open worlds.
I suppose.
Like, it's still a role-playing game.
Anyway, later on this Sunday, we have Bethesda presenting, which a lot of folk are saying they probably won't have a huge amount to show us. A lot of folk are talking about a remaster rather than a new game, with Fallout just having been released.
Yeah.
We're getting about time for a new Elder Scrolls game, if you're not counting online, which I never played.
I don't even know why they bothered to still do that game.
So what a lot of folk are expecting, us as well, is either a Skyrim, Oblivion or Morrowind remaster for the next gen. And I hope it's one of the older ones, personally.
Now, I think they pay a lot of money to hold these conferences. It's a considerable amount of money and planning that they pay to have these slots. Companies do not pay for these slots, apart from Microsoft and Sony, unless they have something to show. So I feel like they're coming out with something they think is going to be big, but I have a feeling it's going to be extremely underwhelming. Like you mentioned, was it Quake or something they were maybe working on?
I think so. I can't really remember. I read about
it was either a new Quake game or but they also...
There is of course Dishonored 2 as well, which I'm personally not excited for. I didn't enjoy the first one.
they'll be showing Dishonored 2.
Yeah.
Because they've been promoting that game like it's going to be big. Dishonored 1 was mixed. People received it on a very mixed platform. I didn't like it.
I actually have the collector's edition at home, and it's still in the cellophane. I've never actually played it.
I got the collector's edition. It came with like tarot cards and
Yeah, I got
stuff.
the exact
I
same
loved
one.
the setting. Just the game didn't play the way I liked it. It played a lot like Thief. But yeah, I don't know. They're going to come with something out of their pockets. I think a new release, possibly a new Evil Within game. I played some Evil Within way back when for the channel. With the video that's not up anymore because it was dreadful. The game's terrifying. The game is genuinely terrifying. So if they're bringing a new Evil Within game, I will absolutely be getting that because it's a great kind of thriller game. But Bethesda, I don't know what's going to happen there. That's a wild
card.
Yeah, it's a very much a wild card. But I do sincerely think it's going to be underwhelming for people unless you really love Skyrim and are willing to pay money instead of playing with mods. Like.
Well, the thing is, you'll get mod support. The odds are if they're remastered like that with Fallout 4. But that takes us nicely on to Microsoft opening up the Monday.
Yeah.
Which is expected to be pretty standard. Like, you're expecting sort of your new Forza game, Gears of War.
Gears of War this year, yeah. They're absolutely going to push Gears of War. That's their biggest thing going at the moment.
Looking like a Dead Rising 4. But other than that, obviously, they'll be talking about their
Scalebound.
more powerful.
But before they got like, Scalebound, it was meant to come at the end of this year. They showed a trailer last year at E3 and they had a demo which was shockingly bad. Like, the game looked awesome, the game concept's awesome, but the frame rate apparently was just so dreadful it shouldn't have been playable yet. And so they've decided that they're not releasing it till next year. But without a doubt they're going to show that game, because it's one of Microsoft's main focus now is its own IPs, trying to build up its own exclusive IP thing that PlayStation did. So where they have these exclusive games. Scalebound is going to be their first kind of Japanese role-playing game, that kind of style of game. They're not known for having those kind of games, so they're really pushing that one hard. I think they're going to come out strong with that. Without a Halo coming out anytime soon, Gears of War is their second biggest IP. Yeah. They're going to push that right out the bat, show you what they've got with that, and push the sales for that for the end of the year. And
of course we've got Xbox Scorpio, which we're all excited about.
Still a rumour. It's still not proven, but Microsoft's got a solid head on their shoulders. I think Microsoft Scorpio is going to completely change console gaming, and I don't know if it's for the better. There's a huge rumour that it's going to be a modular design, so it's going to have, like, you can upgrade it. So rather than buy a whole new console, you'll be like, I'm going to go buy the new graphic box, which is going to be 150 quid, and all of a sudden it can run games on a higher graphic level. You just click it in and click it out, or upgrade the storage, click in and click out, which will stop this whole generation climb, but at the same time, I don't know if that's necessarily what console gaming needs. It's just going to become a money siphon. It's just going to become a money pit. But I'm excited to see what they're going to bring out next. I'm a big Xbox gamer. I enjoy Xbox, always have. Scorpio, and of course they're going to be bringing out the new slim version of the Xbox One. It's meant to be small. It's meant to be reasonably sized compared to the brick that is the Xbox One.
I love it.
I genuinely love it, but everybody else in the world
hates it. I love it.
There's not a thing I hate about that console.
PS4 does look so much better, and it's a much better size. I'm expecting the Xbox Slim to be the size of a PS4.
I think it's going to be smaller. I think they're going to genuinely have made it smaller, but I also think it's going to suffer from Red Ring of Death. Like, I think the reason Xbox One was so big was so that it never overheat. Like, I mean, the heatsink on that thing's fucking huge. I think they're going to just take out the fan entirely. Like, just ice packs all over it.
Just submerge your Xbox in water if it gets too hot.
Pretty much. But I think it's going to be tiny.
Look, Mum, it's liquid gold.
I'll be surprised if it comes with a disc drive.
Oh, that would be horrific.
I think there's a huge possibility they just won't even put a disc drive on it.
Because you need at least an external one to install the game data from or something.
Yeah, you can either get an external one, or it'll be like any game you've already bought on disc. You can port over.
How are you going to port it over?
Because your game tag already knows if you've played it.
That's if you've got an Xbox already.
Well,
I suppose if you've not got games too.
Yeah, then you're just going to have to buy them. I mean, that's controversial, but I just think that would be something they would do to make it smaller.
Microsoft opens the Monday, followed by Ubisoft.
Right.
Now they have said that they're taking a break from Assassin's Creed this year, which is pretty fucking great. But from Ubisoft, we're not expecting a huge showing. A new Watch Dogs 2, which I couldn't care less about. A new South Park, it's fun, but I couldn't really care less about. Ghost Recon Wildlands, though.
like, just before we move on quickly, the South Park game was incredible. Like,
I actually played it.
if you liked South Park, it was like being in an episode. It was incredibly well done. So if they do another one in that, I'll buy it. That's all that needs to be said about that. If you like South Park, you'll love it. If you don't, you'll hate it. But a good game. What was the other one we talked about there quickly that you said?
Watch Dogs 2.
Watch Dogs
First
1.
one was so underwhelming after all the hype it got.
I enjoyed it for the first day and then I was done. But I like the concept. They've talked about fixing the mistakes they made in Watch Dogs 1, but just using the same idea, the same story, which I'm all down for. They do a better version of that game, I'm in. But I'll believe it when I see it, basically. But like as you were saying,
Ghost Recon Wildlands.
that game for me is shrouded in mystery.
You know, we've only seen the one trailer of it at...
Yeah,
I believe that. E3 last year? Nah.
I remember just seeing it on YouTube. I don't remember seeing it at
I think
E3.
it was E3 last year.
And I remember they had that Imagine Dragons song, like, get down with the friction. That one.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is cool.
Um,
But they talk about it being an open world game where you can play as a co-op of 4 people or you
To
can
me,
play by yourself.
it sounds like a squad-based Metal Gear Solid.
I can see where you'd think that. I think they're going to try and do a bit more of immersion. The Metal Gear was kind of an empty area. I can see it being a bit more. I can see a mixture between Metal Gear Solid and GTA Online. Not GTA, but GTA Online is in like 4 people. You can have your friends. So
Yeah.
4 people could play, or you can control them. Like, I feel like it's going to play a lot like the old Rainbow Six games. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But rather than just being one scenario, it's an open world scenario. But the way you control your team will be a lot like how Rainbow Six used to play. But I'm excited to see what it's about. But I'm not like fussed about looking into it.
Well, the thing is, we've all made our mistakes with Ubisoft over and over. Like, Rainbow Six is an exceptionally good game.
But it had its
The
own
Division
issues.
was meant to be better.
That was the biggest waste of money I ever spent my money on.
Biggest waste of money he ever talked me into spending.
But with Ubisoft, I want to see what they're coming to the table with, because sometimes they bring out something good, but most of the time it's churned out shit.
Same old shit.
Yeah. So I'm hoping they're going to surprise us. I'm hoping they're going to show something good. But yet again, with the same with Bethesda, it's a wild card with them. You know what you're getting with Microsoft. You know what you're getting with EA, kind of. But you know it's to the standards.
See, I feel like we know what we're getting with Ubisoft, but we're all hoping they buck the trend. Like,
that's maybe a better way to put it. That's a better way to put it.
Ubisoft really don't know what they're coming out with. We pretty much know what Ubisoft's going to present.
I see your point.
Yeah.
I do.
Sony.
So
Closing out the Monday with Sony.
right. We all know exactly what's going to happen on Sony stage. They're going to push VR. Point blank, they're going to push VR. They've spent so much money in promotion
I
on
don't know
this.
what you're talking about. Sony have never talked about VR before.
But with their new console, which is now confirmed as the PS Neo, as the codename Neo, they're going to show that.
Yeah.
That, like, it's E3. They're going to show you the new console and they're going to much link it with VR because, as rumours go, the reason that they're using making a new console is because the PlayStation 4 runs like shit with the VR.
Yeah.
It's just not impressive. It doesn't keep up with the Oculus or the Vive. So they're bringing out a new console. So that's going to be their main focus. They're going to show you what VR can do with this new console and try and encourage all of the millions of people that have gone out and gotten PS4s to buy a new PS4. Let's see how that goes, PlayStation.
Xbox are going to try to do the same thing, to be fair.
But at least they're giving you an extra year on top of that.
I don't know.
We'll see. Also, something I forgot to say, apparently Xbox Slim's going to be cheaper.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
So let's see what happens with that one. But
as
Sony,
far as-
game-wise, what do you think is going to happen game-wise? They're going to show you the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I know you're not a Final Fantasy guy, but Final Fantasy VII, for all the old guys in the room, was a huge step forward in gaming in general. It's one of the first 3D games. It was incredible for its size and all that. This remake looks impressive, and they've gone and made it user-friendly. There's none of this tactical combat. It's all hack and slash, something you can actually get into. You don't like the Japanese edge on games.
No, I don't.
But we'll see what that. They're going to show more of that, which I'm excited about. The new other Final Fantasy game that's coming out, which I pre-ordered already. I can't wait for that. What else do you think they're going to show with PS4?
Talks of God of War 4. Not a game I've ever played. Heard good things about it.
I was never a big PlayStation gamer, so I never played God of War either. But you know what? I'm interested in trying it. I've heard good things about the franchise.
We'll see.
But I think Sony's going to be a little lower down this year. They're just going to focus so much on VR. that I think people aren't going to be as overwhelmed at their conference as they were the year before. But we'll see what happens.
And Tuesday, I think about all there is Nintendo, which, let's face it, it's a good place just to leave this there, because
Nintendo's not going to show their new console, or whatever
they've
it's meant
said
to
that
be.
they're not gonna, so that's all we really cared about.
Yeah, like, for us to start bringing back to Nintendo, they need to start having because they don't have third-party developers anymore. They just don't. It's all their own games. And that's because people didn't want to make games for a shit console.
Well, it's just because there's not enough of a market. It's literally not worth their time developing a AAA game for...
Well, that's the same, like...
however many, 8 million
and it was a weaker console as well, so they had to
whatever.
spend so much time porting the games through that it just never happened. So, the fact that Nintendo's not showing the new console, I really don't understand what they're trying to achieve by holding a full conference. But we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll do Splatoon 2.
Japanese CEO to stand on stage and smile.
He's dead.
He'll still be Japanese though, and probably still be
No,
happy.
I'm pretty sure it's an American guy now. But he's worked in the company for years. But anyway, that bit of the point. Nintendo, they're going to show the new Zelda, and maybe something else that they own. But yeah, guys, what you've just watched is a complete mind orgasm of what we think's going to happen at E3. That's a good choice of words, I think.
I'm still really hoping that Red Dead Redemption's going to be fed in there somewhere. It's got to happen.
I really hope Rockstar turn up and so on Sony or Microsoft stage and just right now, because we already know, right?
And just have everyone in the audience like, Red
To
Dead.
finish this video off, we all know that Red Dead Redemption's backwards compatibility already has been leaked on Xbox One. It got leaked. People played it for a few hours and then they pulled it down. They were like, "Oh no, it was just a test." We know it exists.
So fucking give it to me.
Right?
I need it.
People fucking played it. So if Microsoft on their stage does not go, Red Dead Redemption is now backwards compatibility now.
That's got to be the minimum that happens.
If that happens, I'm pretty sure our E3 coverage is going to die. Right?
Well, that's what we're going to say. We'll be keeping you up to date after the conference is in for the day. We will be filming a summary for you guys.
Monday will be the first one we'll launch.
Check us back out.
Which will have Bethesda's and whose else is going to be on Sunday?
Bethesda and...
We literally spoke about
tell
this.
you. EA.
Right, we're going to cover Bethesda, EA and Microsoft all on Monday for you guys.
If we're doing all on Monday, we're also going to be doing Ubisoft, Sony...
When we get a chance to sit there and film them for you.
I'll be honest, on Monday we're just going to cover everything and then pretend like Nintendo on Tuesday never happened.
Pretty
Just
much.
in case. Well, if they release the NX, which is not going to happen, we'll maybe talk about it.
But all of our YouTube coverage will all be individual videos for each individual so we can talk about everything we saw.
Talk about all the shit.
We'll get them up as quickly as we possibly can for you guys, and you can get to hear what two cynical Scottish guys think about a big American commercial conference about video games. Thanks for checking this video out. Thanks for listening to us absolutely ramble when we haven't planned this out at all. Have a good day, guys.
Catch you later.
Subscribe to the channel.
It's a mistake.
Bye, guys.
Catch you later.